It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Utah Jazz against the Dallas Mavericks. And guys, for the Mavericks, they've made it through their first 10 games with just one loss. It's hard to argue with anything they've done so far. It's been that impressive a start to the season for them. And tonight, we get to see one of the all-time greats, Dirk Nowitzki, beloved in Dallas and really throughout the league. Kenny, what in particular stands out to you about the career of Dirk Nowitzki?
Well, just his consistency as a franchise player, and no one shot the three at that size like him. The all-time 50-win guy with the Mavericks and an NBA title.
League MVP, Finals MVP, the one-legged fadeaway, unstoppable shot. I like to call it the iron leg jumper.
And he's done it all with incredible class.
Yes.
That wraps it up for here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.
The beautiful, dramatic setting here in Salt Lake City, Utah becomes apparent when you get a look at the aerial shot of the surroundings. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. For the Dallas Mavericks, they won their last contest, that game against the Wizards. And only a single point of separation there. Great game. It came right down to the wire.
You would have thought that things could not have been more dramatic after regulation ended like it did. But the way they won that in overtime, wow.
Yeah, that game came down to the wire twice.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, we know it's been a journey to the NBA for AI. Now, he says he owes a lot to the players and the coaches from the Mad Ants, and one player in particular, Paul Tatum, a former forward from the Bulls and Heat, showed AI what it meant to be a pro, how to have the right approach. AI said he feels he owes Tatum more than anybody else. Guys?
Great reporting as always, David. AI really credits Tatum for his development.
Yeah, and, I remember Tatum when he was in the league, a very smart player, and it's nice to see he is guiding others, finding their way in the league.
At this very early stage, we know players are still trying to gel with one another. But Clark, just how much can a team really change between the start of the season and the end of the season?
Kevin, it can be a night and day change in some cases because of injuries or change.
Crowder's checked in for Joe Ingles. Then for the Mavericks, AI comes in for Dwight Powell. And Barea subbed in for Doncic. On the floor for Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis is out there with AI. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's J.J. Barea, and it's Brunson in at the shooting guard position. To the middle, here's Ilyasova. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Mitchell kicks to Favors. Pass to Crowder. Back to Rubio. Clock at 6. The kick out to Crowder. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Crowder's got his first 3 points of the game.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
Spring music scorching those nets. How long can they keep this up, though?
To the paint. Ilyasova in the post. Defended by Gobert. Gobert against Ilyasova. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
Here's Rubio. He has 5. Mitchell outside. The high post shot. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Back to Barea. Over Mitchell. The rebound by the Jazz. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that?
I know. I mean, I'm with you there. It just seemed as though they were sleepwalking their way through that entire game. It was, in my estimation, just inexcusable.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Outside, Porzingis. Shot from 12. Buries the jump shot. Porzingis has got his second bucket of the night.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Mitchell outside. Back to Gobert. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
The fader. It's rebounded by Derek Favors. Favors got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Rubio the pass to Gobert. Mitchell left side. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
Here's Ilyasova, true on the 14-footer.
Buckets, but he should have just gone straight up with it instead of trying to fade away.
And it's Rubio with the ball for Utah. Last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks.
And the big problem, they got trigger happy. Shot a very low percentage from beyond the arc.
And you know, Greg, to me that's baffling. I'm not sure why they didn't do some dine-in eating. Go inside and eat instead of all that work in the drive-through behind the arc.
Utah calls timeout. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Udo's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Cephalosha comes in for Derek Favors. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Mitchell. And it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. Feeds it to Korver. Pass to Udo. That's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. last touch by Hardaway. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Golden State, they've climbed all the way up to the second spot.
And guys, right now for Dallas, they've started this year as well as they could have hoped. Playing great basketball, probably exceeding preseason expectations.
Crowder against Nowitzki.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Hardaway against Cephalosha. And that one drops for him. 1:06 left to play in the first. Exum kicks to Udo. Korver passes to Cephalosha. Here's the three. Utah with a fresh 24. Rejected by Ilyasova. Burke looking over the floor. Passes it to Hardaway. Nowitzki for three. The shot comes out, so Utah will take it the other way. To the inside. And here is Cephalosha. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Mavericks trailed by 19. Burke kicks to Ilyasova. Over Udo. Here's Hardaway, and he banks in the layup. Hardaway has got 6.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Utah out in front, leading by 17. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Now in the later stages of his career, Dirk Nowitzki talked about how special he feels marching his way up the all-time scoring leaderboard.
Makes you reflect, milestones always make you reflect on everything. I've been really blessed.
And it's clear, GA, that Dirk still enjoys playing the game and draining buckets in a variety of ways.
You can't deny his legacy. Arguably the best 7-foot shooter in the history of our game, which is why he's so high up on that leaderboard.
And so far through 1 quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Jazz?
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Dallas, Doncic at the 3 and Dirk at the 4. Burke is out there with J.J. Barea. And it's Ilyasova in at the 5, roaming the paint. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, as we know, Rudy Gobert is a 7-footer with an aggressive mentality. He said some guys don't have pride, but I do. Sometimes too much. Quinn Snyder said he gets angry, which I like. Whatever kind of stereotypes Americans have about the French, they don't apply. Not to him anyway, guys.
Sacre bleu! Thank you, G.A. He is indeed a fiery competitor. Barea kicks to Nowitzki. Now, here's Doncic, guarded by Korver. Here's Ilyasova. Utah with the rebound. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead.
And, we've seen what Rick Carlisle can do on the court. He's a former coach of the year in the league and led the Mavs to a championship back in 2011. But his off-the-court talents are also very impressive.
Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Utah. And Dallas with a change here, too. Mejri's checked in. So Utah ends up going with the new group. Here's Brunson, covered by Rubio. Brunson, good. And talking about Carlisle's outside interests, one I know of, he's an excellent pianist.
And you know what? He is. And he's played with a well-known musician or two in concert. Also an avid pilot. This guy is a Renaissance man.
The drive by Mitchell. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
You know, there's been some improvement in his free throw shooting this year. His percentage has taken a little jump compared to last season.
The first one falls. And Greg, right out of the gate, Donovan Mitchell seemed like a veteran more than a rookie.
I mean, his professionalism was one of the first things Ricky Rubio noticed about Mitchell. Father played minor league baseball, knows what it takes to succeed in professional sports. And you can just see it in his approach to practice and his commitment to improving his game. Mitchell was already the surprise of that 2017 draft, and I don't think there's any question he's destined to be a star.
Mark, we know you were a great athlete. Would you have enjoyed playing at the pace we're seeing in today's NBA style?
I hope I could have played in today's game. Again, I was not an uber athletic guy, athletic enough to get things done on the court, was a skilled basketball player more than a great athlete. So the athleticism of today might have challenged me a bit, but I still think I could have played and been effective in today's game.
I agree. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the wide open shot from Crowder. A three-pointer is right on target. Crowder's got 8 points.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Favors against Porzingis. And there's Ilyasova on the assist by Porzingis. 6 points for AI. Jazz leading by 16. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Mitchell passes to Favors. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
That one misses for Favors. And for so long, it seems Derek Favors had played in a crowded front court, but still can get the job done.
And Favors has shown his versatility and impact in spot minutes his whole career. Every team can use a player like Favors. He just eats up space inside and can play that tough D. Offensively, I think he'd like to get back to where he was around 2015, and hopefully he'll find the chances to do so. Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. They stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
Here's Gobert. The offensive rebound. Right through the D for the layup. He's got 8.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. There's the pass to Brunson. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Brunson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
Gets it off. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Utah Jazz. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it is Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Udo's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Crowder comes in for Derek Favors. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Joe Ingles. And it's Dante Exum in for Ricky Rubio. And Clark, the Dallas Mavericks, it used to be that you could count on them being in the playoffs almost every single season.
Yeah, that was the case right before these last 2 years. I mean, they made the postseason 15 out of 16 times prior to that. Proud ownership, consistent ownership, outstanding coaching. It won't be long before they're really good again.
Exum and Mitchell, the guard tandem. Jay Crowder out there with Cephalosha. And it's Udoh in at the 5 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Now Cephalosha. He has 7. Back to Exum. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Exum's got 7 points in the game. And so it's Barea with it. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 17. Fades back. Again, the Mavericks score.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
It sure is, Greg. It might be the strongest aspect of their offense here.
Cephalosha finds Crowder. And here is Mitchell. Clock at 6. Cephalosha with it. Right now averaging about 5 points a game.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
To the inside, Hardaway uses the glass to finish the layup. 8 points for him.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Exum passes to Udoh. Mitchell dishes to Cephalosha. We've got 1:23 left here in the third quarter. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Hardaway.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Inside. Here's Ilyasova, and it's Dallas with another.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Crowder kicks to Mitchell. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. We've got a chance now to see how the starters and the bench match up scoring-wise tonight for Dallas.
And you know what? Their reserves have played better than their starters. And that's a backhanded compliment in a way. You get back in this game, they need their top players here to step up.
AI left side. Fade away. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Pass to Doncic. On the wing, Hardaway. Covered by Mitchell. It's stolen by Udoh. Here's Exum. Cephalosha passes to Mitchell. The floater, and the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Ilyasova's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
And so it's Utah with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll return shortly. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Quinn Snyder.
Let's just keep playing with the same intensity, okay? On misses, you guys really run in space. Anyone can bring it.
Well, he's trying to get them to maintain that edge right now.
And solid advice from Coach Snyder, wanting his squad to remain engaged.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Doncic at the 3 and Dirk at the 4. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's AI. And it's Brunson in at the point. With a step back, Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Jazz. Mavericks trail by 12. Kicks it to Doncic. Fades back. Good on the shot. 12 points for AI.
And guys on defense, gasping for air at this point.
Well, I tell you what, Greg, what can they do? I mean, nobody can miss a shot. I mean, these guys are bringing it on offense right now.
Now here is Cephalosha. 6 on the shot clock. That one off the back iron and out.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
And Rubio kicks to Udo. Now here is Cephalosha. He's tightly guarded. Shoots, and he hits the jumper for 2. Mavericks trail by 10. Here's Ilyasova. It's rebounded by Udo. Udo's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Cephalosha. He doesn't hit that one, so the Mavericks will take it the other way.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Here's Ilyasova over Udo. Ilyasova can't hit. Utah leading by 10. Cephalosha kicks to Crowder. Rubio the pass to Cephalosha. Here is Udo. Rubio outside. From deep. Mavericks with the rebound. From the arc. Brunson, good. Brunson's got it back down to single digits for the Mavs.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
Mitchell against Hardaway. Mitchell outside. Over Ilyasova. Another miss by Utah.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Here's Hardaway. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's Cephalosha. Back to Mitchell. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Mitchell's got 24.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Brunson the pass to Doncic. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Here's Ilyasova, and it's Dallas with another.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, fatigue really a factor. You can see the heavy legs, and that's why he was wide open on that shot. The defender just couldn't get to him.
Nowitzki against Cephalosha. This one for 3. It's good from long range. Cephalosha's got 5 points in the quarter.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
Doncic passes to Ilyasova. Over Udo. That shot is off. And Utah the other way now. Here's Mitchell. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Rubio finds Cephalosha. The alley-oop, and it's blocked by Ilyasova. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A different look for Utah. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Udo. Favors comes in for Crowder, and it's Joe Ingles in for Thabo Sefolosha. Then for the Mavericks, Mike Powell comes in for AI. And for Utah making a change here. Crowder's checked in. AI is checked in for the Mavericks. To the wing on the left. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Brunson. He's covered by Favors. Ilyasova against Gobert. 5 on the clock. Hardaway for 3. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in the hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
Hardaway against Ingles. Mitchell outside. In the corner, Crowder with it. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Hardaway with a wide open look. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. I mean, the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
Mitchell kicks to Favors. Passes to Gobert. Mitchell with it. Back to Gobert. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Ingles can't get it to go. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on an 18-7 run. Hardaway, no good. Utah leading by 5. Crowder feeling it out a bit. He dishes it to Mitchell. Outside Crowder. Shoots a fader and misses it off the right side of the rim. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Doncic, no good. 1:15 left in the game. Ingles passes to Mitchell. It's rebounded by Dallas. Outside Hardaway. Over Ingles. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Mitchell outside. At the top of the key, Gobert. 3-pointer, Crowder. It's hauled in by Ilyasova. Here's Brunson. Some nice passing here by Dallas.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing them deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Mitchell left side. Favors inside. He's against Porzingis.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Down low to take the lead. It falls! Timeout. Utah calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Tim Hardaway Jr.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
9 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Mitchell. Count it! Dallas calls timeout. They're down by 1. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Puts it up off the inbound. It falls!
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods, on that one.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Guys, your thoughts?
Not sure they have enough time for the catch and shoot here. Only hope is to try for a tip in off the inbound. They've got their work cut out for them on this possession.
So a close game sees Dallas taking this one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
I got this full-size basketball court in my spot.